In this video, you're going to learn how to take a share code, put it in your system so you can get the content from that share code in your back office so you can make your edits. All you're going to do is copy the share code that you want, and this one I'm copying here is called LC1, that's short for lead capture page number 1. I'm going to go back to this account and I'm going to hover over websites, hover over web pages, and click on my sharing codes. Then I'm going to paste that code right here and click submit. And now the content from that code is in my back office. And the way to find it is to click on websites. After you click on websites, as you're scrolling down, just double check really quick to make sure this says become a prospect for whatever I want. And here are those pages right here in a section called shared choices. And you'll notice LC1A, this is the one I would use if I only wanted to ask for my prospect's email address. And then I've got a name and email version, and then finally a name, email, and phone version. So the first thing you're going to want to do is copy the page that you want to work on. Now I'm going to use the email only version. That's the one I want to make my edits from. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over websites, hover over web pages, and click on copy web pages. And like I said, the one I want to copy is email only, so I make sure that that button is clicked. And then I'm going to scroll all the way down and click make me a copy. Now you always want to name your pages very clearly, so when you come back and you're working on them in the future, you can clearly see what page is which. I'm just going to call this lead capture example. Now right below where you've labeled your page, you've got this area here to change the text in the title tag. And the title tag is this area right up here above the address bar. So if you want to leave it as it is, just click right inside there, one click, just like that, and move on. The next step here is to choose the domain or subdomain that you want to attach this lead capture page to. And notice right here, this is really good. I can come up with a subdomain on the fly. Whatever I want to type in here, it's going to create a subdomain, and I can create an unlimited amount of subdomains that I can attach an unlimited amount of lead capture pages or sales pages to. And the great news is I don't have to do this now. I can come back at any time I want and assign this to a domain or a subdomain. Just keep in mind that if you're going to test your lead capture page, you must have it connected to a domain or a subdomain, or it will not work right. And I'll make some edits and set this up in just a second. This is where you assign the autoresponder campaign. And then finally, this is where you decide down here on step 4, what website do you want your prospects to land on after they opt in. So like I said, I can come back here at any time, but I'm just going to save my changes so far. Now one thing I want to point out really quick here, along the top right here, you notice it says edit background, edit basics, edit text. That is basically your entire control panel to do whatever it is that you want to do with your lead capture page. I'm going to go ahead and skip the choose your background right now. I'm going to click on edit text. And what I'm going to do now is just make a couple of quick edits so you can see how easy this is. I'm going to hover over all of this text, and then I'm going to jump back to the custom library and replace it with a pic. There we go. And if I want to swap out this pic, I can do that really easily. And I love the fact that these pics are already pre-sized to be exactly the right size. All right. So there's the pic swap. And I think that's all I'm going to do for my lead capture page. So I'm just going to save it. Let me just take a look at it. All right. So that looks great. Now, when you're ready to test your lead capture page, it's very important that you do this first. You have to attach it to either one of your domains or one of your subdomains. So I'm going to click on Edit Basics, and I'm going to go to this part right here, Step 2, and I'm going to come up with a subdomain on the fly. Now that I've got my subdomain selected, I'm going to choose an autoresponder campaign. And then I'm going to choose what do I want my prospects to land on after they opt in. All right, so now I'm going to save my changes, and that's it. I'm done. I've got my lead capture page here. It's been edited, and when I opt in, All right, everything works perfectly. So let me recap those steps very quickly and then we're done. You take the share code right here, you come back to your back office, hover over websites, hover over web pages, and click on my sharing codes. You're going to paste that code right there. The very next step for you to do is to copy the exact page within that share code that you want to make your edits to. So you're going to hover over websites, hover over web pages, and then you're going to click on copy web pages. And then you're going to scroll down and you're going to find the page inside that share code specifically that you want to make your edits to. When you find that page, you're going to scroll down, select it, and then click make me a copy. Then you're going to label your page. At some point, you're going to want to assign that to a domain or subdomain, attach your autoresponder if that's applicable. You can come over here to edit text, make all of your edits, and at any time you can always come back to edit basics and either assign it to a domain or a subdomain, or maybe you want to swap what domain or subdomain that you already have it attached to. Maybe you want to change the autoresponder campaign. Anytime you can come back and make those changes. And finally, if you ever want to find any of your copied pages, any of the pages that you've ever worked on, they're always going to be right here. Hover over websites and click on web pages.